Hey guys, Matt Metagross here with a new draft recap. Now, I tried recording this on Showdown with my normal setup. It didn't work, unfortunately, so we're just going to be using the dock for this one. So, as you can see, I started off with Magirna. Magirna is a great mon. Soul Heart gives it such snowballing potential, especially with Shift Gear to boost that speed. It gets an excellent move pool. It gets Psychic coverage, Steel coverage, Fairy coverage, Focus Blast / Aura Sphere, I believe Energy Ball, and Dazzling Gleam is its only fairy move, unfortunately, besides Flare Cannon, but it's still a great mon, especially in leagues. It also gets Thunderbolt and Thunder, and Volt Switch. It's a great mon offensively and supportive-wise. So next is Thunder Therian. You've seen me use this before. Great setup sweeper, great choice specs user, great choice band user, great momentum getter. It's just an all-around powerful offensive mon. Also, Z-move rule in this league, you get to run any Z-move on any Pokemon. UTL is my favorite league ever for a few reasons. 1, Z-move rule. 2, Mega rule where you don't have to Mega Evolve. And 3, the community. This community is the greatest group of people in the Pokemon community. I highly encourage you to check all of them out. These guys are some of my best friends, and I honestly consider the UTL like a second family. Next, Zygarde 50%. Coiled Sweeper, Dragon Dance Sweeper, gives me the second part of my Fairy Dragon Steel Core, and also the third part, sort of, because for this draft I'm considering my Fairy to be Magirna, and then I did get a secondary Steel type. But yeah, so it sort of finishes, it sort of gets me the second part of my Fairy Dragon Steel Core with Zygarde. It also gives me a ground type to switch into electric hits, which means 2 electric immunities. You can't bring your electric types against me and expect to do well. I love Zygarde 50% as a Pokemon. It is one of the greatest mons ever to be made in this game. At least this gen, because of 1,000 Arrows and 1,000 Waves. It gets trapping potential, it can smack things down and just run Choice Band. It has no technical switch-ins because very few grass types can take Outrages, and the ones that can don't take either Sludge Wave or Hidden Power Fire, which this thing does get. Next is Reuniclus. And Reuniclus is an insane Pokemon. Reuniclus gets 1 good ability and 2 great abilities. Overcoat is good in certain matchups, like if you're facing a Amoonguss. And then it gets Magic Guard, which means no Toxic, no Rocks, no Toxic Spikes, no Burn. The only status it can receive is Paralysis. Also can't be Leech Seeded. Doesn't take Life Orb recoil. You can disguise a Life Orb with this thing. Reuniclus is such a great mon. And then it also gets Regenerator, so you can run AV Regenerator sets. As you can see with this team, I'm sort of going for setup spam. And it's kind of setup spam combined with bulky offense. So the next mon on the list is gotta be Ditto. Ditto is the anti-setup, which means no one can run it against me, and that makes me happy. Choice Scarf, you get the intel, and then get a hit hard back if your opponent tries to set up. You can run bulkier Dittos with leftovers. You can run... it all kind of depends. Z-Move Ditto is very scary, because if your opponent has, let's say, a Mega Pinsir, and you run Normalium Z, then all of a sudden, you're hitting them back with a super effective stab move, Z-Move. And they can't hit you back with a Z-Move. So, yeah, Ditto's a very good mon. Moving on to Mega Glade, I love this thing, especially as a Tier 2. It gets its speed now on demand. You get the speed immediately. It has the craziest amount of special bulk that you would not expect out of this mon. It also has a 165 attack stat. Mega Glade is insane. And then you throw on the fact that it gets Bulk Up, Sword Dance, and Calm Mind for cheekiness. And then its support moveset. It gets the 3 main forms of status in Toxic, Thunder Wave, and Will-O-Wisp. It gets Trick Room in case you want to go that way. Also, Reuniclus also gets Trick Room. I'm building a team that can go Trick Room or just run speed. Even Magirna can run Trick Room. This team is probably the only offensive team I've ever seen, and I love it because the only offensive team that can run both Trick Room and Speed, and I love it because of the way it functions. And then next is Vaporeon. It's my Wish Passer. Now, Mega Glade technically gets Wish, and I might run that on certain sets. However, my main Wish Passer is Vaporeon. It also gets Heal Bell, Roar, Toxic, Scald, Synchronoise, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam. I'm just trying to list off all the moves this thing gets, because it is just so hard to switch into Vaporeon if it's an offensive set, but it's hard to take out a defensive Vaporeon. Your opponent doesn't really have a great answer, because there is no great Vaporeon answer, with the exception of, like... Well, I have Thundy T, so there goes one of them. Thundy I is decent, because it can Prankster Toxic, and then start spamming electric moves, but then it probably gets bopped by an ice move. Like, very few mons want to take on Vaporeon. Next is Escavalier. Swords Dance, Assault Vest, great coverage. You can even hit Steel types, which if you look at its typing, you wouldn't think it'd be able to, but it gets a Drill Run to hit the Steel types very hard. And yeah, it has Insane Bulk on both sides, as long as you can avoid fire moves. And then, even then, with an Aqua Barrier and an Assault Vest, you can tank a lot of fire moves. So yeah, Escavalier, great mon, especially in pairing with Reuniclus. Reuniclus plus Escavalier is one of the most insane bulky offense cores I've ever seen. You want to see it used well? Go look at John, aka Pokemon's channel, man. He had this core, and whew, it puts in work every time you use it. And then, moving on to Pyroar, I wanted to finish off my Fire, Water, Grass core. Wait, no, I did not finish it off yet. That would be the next round. So, I had a wheel, so... Yeah, this wheel was Escavalier Pyroar. And Pyroar, it's an interesting mon. It gets Unnerve as an ability, which is nice if you want to stop berries. And then it gets good coverage with Dark, and then it's Dual Stab, because the only things that can wall this thing are rock types, which, meh, because a lot of rock types don't want to take super effective hidden power, because very few of them have good Spadef bulk. Like, the only ones I can think of are Tyranitar, which is the 4 times weakness to fighting, which you can take advantage of, and Gigalith, which is, yeah, Gigalith's a good switch in. But, and then certain Ghost types, which say hello to the move Dark Pulse, which this thing gets. Like, having one switch in the game, it doesn't get much better than that for Pyroar. I don't know why this thing goes so overlooked. And then Lurantis. I need a defogger, plain and simple. Lurantis is a great tier 5 defogger, gets Sword Stance, gets Sunny Day set up. It gets Leaf Storm Contrary. It's a slower, bulkier, slightly harder hitting superior. And it's in tier 5. Like, my Fire, Water, Grass core is very budget, but it's very potent. And then I finished it off with the Omega. Speed Boost, Tinted Lens, which Tinted Lens is very good, because if you don't know, it basically makes a 2 times super effective move neutral and a 4 times super effective hit, 4 times. Okay, when you attack something, if it's 2 times resisted, then it becomes neutral. Quad resist becomes 2 times resist. So, yeah, with Specs or a Z move, this thing can run through teams and just put a dent in them. And it's very offensive, gets Speed Boost, it gets Endure setups, which I love Endure. Like, Endure is probably my favorite move in the game, honestly. And, so yeah, that's the team, guys. If you wanna... So, next we're just gonna tell you my team real quick for the first battle, because I'm also gonna do that today. So, I've got a Shift Gear Psychinium Z Magearna for the Psychinium Z is for Nihilego, because I was worried about Shuka and Babiri Berries. A Coil Zygarde 50%, because he did not have a resist to 1,000 Arrows. So, I'm running Rest Talk Coil 1,000 Arrows. I have an AV Reuniclus because I needed 4 moves on it. It had a decent matchup against him, but I did need 4 moves to hit his team. I brought Bulk Up Mega Gallade because, again, he didn't have the greatest switch into it. I also brought Specs Pyroar to put a dent in him, because his only switch into Specs Pyroar would have been his Lottie, and then Dark Pulse bops it. And then I brought an Agility Thundy T with Expert Belt. So yeah, let's get into the battle here. Hey guys, something I'm just in editing right now, and sorry about the loop. Something happened with my graphics where I couldn't get to line up right, so I had to end up looping part of it. So it's not going to look the greatest, but sorry about that. I'm getting a better setup and trying to fix everything that's been an issue. So hopefully soon you won't have to deal with all these editing stuff. So anyways, battle. Here we go. Alright guys, here we go. Week 1 of the UTL. Guys, you have no idea how much I love this league. This league, the members are like family to me, and I'm so excited to be back for Season 5. So, here we go with the battle. I'm coming up against OB3 of the Minnesota Wild Charge. He brought Swampert, Gorgeist, Jolteon, Moltres, Azumarill, and Nihilego. So I'm leading off with my Reuniclus. Nothing can really do enough damage to threaten my Reuniclus out. Huge right there. I really wish I would have brought Calm Mind Reuniclus because Psyshock would have run through his team. Unfortunately, I couldn't. But early game, Reuniclus just puts a dent in him. Knocks 2 mods down well below half and gets a knockout. So Magearna comes in, Dazzling Gleams, has to switch out, fearing the Earthquake. So Zygarde comes in, he EQs, and I see this as a perfect chance to coil. He reveals that he's mixed with Ice Beam, but I can tank it. Zygarde is bulky. Now I reveal the rest. And now he reveals that he has Life Orb, Hidden Power Ice, and holy smokes, can Moltres hit hard. Whew. I underestimated Moltres. I should not have done that. But, regardless, Zygarde does a huge chunk to that Moltres, enough that Thunders can come in and knock out with a Dark Pulse. So here, I thought he was going to try to Volt Switch out, predicting me to switch out into my Magearna as he Hidden Power Iced. So I Agility'd, got the Dark Pulse, and then he Aqua Jets me and finishes me. Kinda sucks, but oh well. In comes Reuniclus, and he's got to switch into this thing. Here's where the Toxic Spikes kind of hurt me. I could not stay in a 1v1 this thing. And Pyro's forced to come in. Now, I calced this attack. Flamethrower would not have KO'd. Fire Blast would have. So I clicked Fire Blast, missed. That sucks, but that's Pokemon. So, next, this time I hit the Fire Blast, KO, Pyro drops the poison. And now there's 2 water types left. Reuniclus comes in, and I'm just going to start clicking Psyshock. And dang, can Swampert hit hard. So in comes Mega Gallade, as he reveals the rest. And I freaked out for a sec, then realized at +1 he can't hit me. And he can hit me, but not too hard. And I can Drain Punch him and 1v1 this Swampert. Drain Punch, boom! Gallade hits so hard, especially after that +1. Drain Punch, I'm getting my health back. I take the 12%, and now I miscalc. I thought Drain Punch could kill. I didn't want to risk the Zen Headbutt. And then I died of the poison there. Also, I kind of forgot I was poisoned, so I was figured even if I didn't, there was no way he could kill me with a Play Rough. And then, unfortunately, he does miss the next Play Rough, as Reuniclus gets the Psyshock. Now, it was a roll in my favor to live that, if my calcs were correct. But I'm still sorry for that miss, Obi. I just wanted to get Reuniclus that last kill. I had a brain fart, now thinking that he still had a shot at killing me. I should have gone straight into Magearna and preserved my differential. But, oh well. Great game, Obi. I can't wait to face you later in the season, because we do rematch. We are divisional rivals here in the UTL. And, yeah, go check out Obi. Go check out Beardy Benny. He's the commissioner. He'll have our power rankings, draft recaps, all that jazz. And, guys, get hyped for the UTL. Matt Metagross, out.